March, we bought a bunch of more khaki Campbell ducks. And about 2 months ago, we got some Muscovy ducks from some viewer friends of ours.
Yay!
And we're a big fan of letting animals express their characteristics that they naturally have. Isn't that right? So I've been letting these ducks, and I do on a regular basis, let them have access to fresh grass. And they're really good at mowing the grass and keeping it down. So there's certain areas where we try to have grass and make sure we have grass for our animals. And there's an area where I let the fence extend out of their main area, so that way the ducks can just have fresh grass on a daily basis. And like I said, they really do a good job of keeping it down. But if you let it go too long, especially if you combine it with a lot of rain, they'll actually smack it down to where it's hard and crusty dirt. So you got to be careful and make sure you manage it well. And a part of expressing their natural characteristics is ducks are suited for the water, right? So, not too long ago, these ducks had the opportunity to experience getting into the water for the first time. You remember how that went?
Yeah.
And for those of you who have never raised ducks before, when you introduce them to a pond or a larger body of water, they don't respond to it how you think they would. You think they would just jump right in and start having a good old time.
Yeah.
But no, that's not how it goes. Alright, we're gonna let some of our new ducks out for the first time onto the pond. So we're doing a little bit different strategy. We set the fence up a little bit different than we have before. So right down there, we're gonna try to guide them out and right onto the pond. And Selah's gonna be right here to help. Ready?
Yeah.
Let's go. Quack, quack. Quack, quack. From experience, I have learned the main objective in introducing ducks to the water for the first time, big body of water, is to first get them out of the area that they're in. Try to get them out of the fence. And that's what we did. And we have some ducks that we've had, that older ducks, that have been used to the water. So they were a little more open to getting into water because they actually really love it. Once the ducks really get to know the water and know that, hey, I'm supposed to be in the water, they really do a good job and really love being in the water and being able to play and express their duckness. So the older ducks went out. However, we got the younger ones, the newer ducks, out. They started rushing towards the pond, but then they got scared and said, whoa, and they didn't go in. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Sometimes this is not as easy as you think it would be, especially the ones that have never been on the pond. If we can get the older ones to go, Selah, come forward. Remember, worry about the whole, not the individuals. Another thing that we have learned is, don't kill yourself trying to make the ducks go in the water. Like I said, you just kill yourself and you'll just frustrate and scare the ducks a lot in the process. And you don't want to do that. So I've learned, once you get them out of the fence, you just want to let them go into the water in their own terms. And they'll eventually, especially if they see another duck go in, then they'll say, they'll start following their followers. They will follow the other ducks into the water. So if you have ducks and you want to introduce them to a pond or larger body of water, don't kill yourself trying to make them go in. Just let them go in their own terms.
Hey, we're not gonna run them back over. Here, stay.
So Selah, it can be challenging getting the ducks to go into the water. What would you say is the next hardest part about letting ducks have access to water?
Is getting them back on the fence.
Yep, it can be quite the challenge letting the ducks, trying to get them to come back into the area of their home at the end of the day. But some keys that I have learned are to try to train them with food. So don't let them have access to their feed while you're just letting them out. Let them out during the day, close up the feed, don't let them eat through the day. Let them just kind of eat whatever's out in the pond and in the grass and the bugs. But then when it's time to put them back in, open it up, try to bait them in with the feed, train them to come in based on the feed and your call and your quacks. So during this first time that we let these ducks have access to the water, Micah was actually helping us bring in the ducks for his first time, wasn't he?
Yep.
So it was the first for the ducklings, the ducks now, and Micah. Yeah, can you tell the ducks to come on in? As we were trying to get them to come back into the electrified fencing at the end of the day, it was like they were confused. They're not sure what they were supposed to be doing, nor were they sure what we were trying to do with them, so they were just in the woods there for a little bit. But finally, we got them all to come back inside, and it was great. So it was nice to have that training session over, wasn't it?
Yep.
But a couple days later, there was a friend that was, I shouldn't say a friend. It wasn't a friend, was it?
Nope.
It was a monster.
Yeah.
A monster that we found inside the fence that we have, the electrified fencing where we have our ducks. It was quite the monster, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Thankfully, that snapping turtle didn't do any damage at all to any of our ducks. We didn't lose any ducks at all. However, once we got it, once I was holding it, I was like, what am I gonna do with this thing? And thankfully, the gentleman who was there, happened to be fishing in our pond, said he wanted to take it. We don't eat snapping turtles, we don't eat turtles, but he said he wanted to. So, put the snapping turtle in a Rubbermaid garbage can, and he took it with him. I was just thankful that it is off our farm and no longer a harm to our ducks. So that snapping turtle was huge, wasn't he? He was a monster. I really was like getting a workout just holding that thing. You think you could hold it?
No.
Actually,
I think I would fall to the ground.
Felt like he was heavier than Micah, and just holding it with one hand for a little bit was quite the workout. But yes, it was a snapping turtle. I think something had happened with the fence that night and we had to reconnect some wires. So the electricity was not going to the fence. So that was why the snapping turtle didn't get shocked.
Yeah.
So he actually put a hole inside my fence.
Yeah,
just snapped or whatever he does with that thing. Just put a hole right in through my fence.
Yep.
So we'll have to see about fixing that, won't we?
Yep.
But hope you don't have any monsters in your farm, on your farm. Hopefully we don't have any more monsters like that snapping turtle to deal with, trying to eat my ducks. Big monster trying to eat my ducks.
That just sounds ridiculous.
Well, that is it for this vlog. Hope you had an enjoyable time listening to our story about our ducks and the monster that tried to eat my ducks. And hope you learned a little bit along the way. So, that's it for now.
We'll see you next time.
Grow on!
Thanks for watching.
Feel free to leave a comment below, even if it's just to say, hey. Also, make sure you don't miss any of our new videos. So, subscribe and sign up to receive notifications each time we release a new video. Also, you may want to check out these videos right here, and also check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. See you next time.